What's up, Airy Pony? I'm Nether Dragon, and I'm back for another Bronies React. And this time is the bonus video of the Season 9 premiere, the beginning of the end. So, without further ado, I just want to get this started. I got not much to say for this video, like I normally always ramble on. I'm just going to jump right into it before I start rambling. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Alright, sync up. 19, sync up. It's 5.
Okay.
What did you just watch?
The first episode of the last season of My Little Pony.
Which was great, I thought.
8 years and I'm still here.
It's the end times.
Season 9, episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, grow up. Yes!
A pretty good episode of a pretty good show.
My Little Pony Infinity War.
Premiere.
Infinity
You know,
War.
it still hasn't really sunk in yet that this is like the end. I feel like it's gonna hit me all at once like a train.
What were your
Yep, it
overall
does, I
thoughts
think.
on the episode?
Well,
It probably did for a lot of people.
it was
bronies.
fun. It was fun.
I thought it was very entertaining. A lot of good fight scenes. Funny Discord parts. I think those are my favorite parts. And, you know,
Hold on.
twilighting is a pretty funny term that I feel
Again,
like
I've got to move over
is
to
long
my...
overdue.
Thought it
Here's
was a
it.
pretty solid couple of episodes.
It's really well done. I really want to
Thought I had
see
moved my
how
mouse
this
over.
season ends from now because like that is so cool that they have like a whole league of villains of their own, like very DC Comics-esque. I love that. I love that so much.
It's a good season
Oh,
finale.
why is my arm
Pretty
hurting?
good
I lifted
setup
too
for
much
what's
stuff
going on
today.
this
The last,
year.
I think
League
it wasn't
of
hurting
villains that he's
yesterday,
trying
but
to
I
build.
lifted too much. I can
He
notice it's
lost
hurting
much
today.
blood.
So I took some ibuprofen before I started this
because
reaction.
some sucked.
There were lots of moments that I
Too
liked.
bad it won't kick in before the end of the reaction.
Direction so far.
It was fun seeing.
It just now started hurting
like, oh,
worse
you
than
know
it
what,
was a
let's
little
just
while
bring some
ago. I was
villains back.
taking some
Yeah,
earlier.
I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed this episode. I was a little bit
I did like the
surprised,
villains
actually.
they brought back.
It
Honestly,
has
it's
the
like
usual
something
problem
you never
of
would
having way
expect.
too much crammed into one episode. Like they could have split it apart and focused on any one of the things they put in here, but it was a little bit crowded, but it didn't like go overboard for me. Like personally, it didn't affect my enjoyment of the episode, and that's really all that matters, I think.
That was one of the best intros to a season I've seen so far. I love.
I know they had a lot of
that. That was
Sombra hate, which I
cracking
don't
up
get,
through
though.
The entire thing, that was just great. I love this episode.
I mean, his only
love this.
voice
I can't wait.
in
I hope
the
this
season 3 was
ends phenomenally, 'cause that was a
Crystal
great
or
season
something.
opener to me.
I thought it was kind
But
of
again, that was
predictable,
just-
but at this
they had to
point,
get a good
it's
voice
hard
actor
to
for an
be
actual speaking
unpredictable when
role.
You've had
It's what I
almost
read.
200 episodes.
Has risen my hopes for the rest of the season. I'm really looking forward to seeing more.
It's not really a criticism. It's just kind of where things are at this point.
It's so funny that after 9 seasons, we finally see them dig deep and gather the element power without the elements. You know, they represent the elements. They are not reliant on the elements.
I liked that it had an inverse Machiavellian sort of thematic where instead of good people learning how to be competent from villainous people, it had villainous people learning how to be competent from the cooperative nature of good folk.
It's also really great
That
to
is
see
true.
the villains of Equestria finally band together. I mean, they are at their low point.
Well, I really liked it. I think that it's that kind of episode I've been wanting to see for at least 3 seasons now.
Yeah.
It felt like kind of going back to their roots, you know, the epic main 6 versus the big bad guy.
That when they bottomed out, here comes this figure to unite them all. And I really love that they based him on a G1 character, but didn't stick too close.
It was shocking, it was fun, it was everything that I love about
You'll see
My
just
Little
how
Pony, so
not
I
close it
definitely
is in
give
the
it a
season
high
9
rating.
It's kind of
finale.
predictable, but at the same time, I feel like they realized this too, because they were kind of calling out their own shtick at a few moments.
It's probably
It was
one of my
awesome.
favorite season openers to date.
Especially
I
the
actually
princes
have
don't
to
do
admit that
nothing.
I think it's personally, like, I thought the writing was good in this one. The fact that we saw the main 6 struggle, like the struggle of the main 6 was so real.
Yeah.
It was good. I like the premiere. I like how they brought together this like Legion of Doom.
Went on longer than I think it should have.
Also introduced Grogar in the process.
Yeah, Grogar, which is great. It's one of the villains I've been saying they should add since they added T-Rex.
Yep.
So.
Going into this, we knew that this was going to be the last season premiere that we were ever going to get with Generation 4, Friendship is Magic. And what a cool start it was for the season 9. I love the setup.
No, it's really hard
Like,
to tell when these
I'm
are ones
excited
that
to see what season 9 holds.
Which of these have
Purely
actually
based
seen
off
the
of
show
these first
and
two
then did
episodes.
a
Even just the
dramatic
first
reaction
episode
or an
was a
actual
great
first
setup.
showing?
It's been a long time.
I really have a hard time telling.
An alliance of bad guys, and
I'm going to assume they've all seen it before just for
It
the
was
sake
cool to
of
have
argument.
Sombra
But
back. Cool to see
unless they
him back in
specifically say
villain
this is the
form
first
and then
time,
get obliterated
then I have to
again.
kind
I
of
like the
question
animation.
that too.
And I like the writing. It's just good. Overall, I liked it.
If the show wants to make fun of
More
things they've
inclined to
been
believe they
hearing
haven't
for
seen it if they say
years
it.
from the fandom, this is the whole season to get those out.
This was fun, and I enjoyed it.
What did you like about the episode?
I really like that Sombra's like an actual character now. It was kind of like a meme in the past, how boring and lame of a villain
Yeah.
he was. But now he has that pompous attitude. He's kind of arrogant and confident, and it feels like more of a character there.
They gave him like plenty speaking roles, and they gave him a personality, and that's cool.
Really love the idea of friends and family being taken over and being used as weapons or whatever. I feel like that's, you know, a little bit of a trope in movies or television, but we've never seen anything quite like that in My Little Pony.
It definitely did a lot to help him, to help his character, to help his lack of character previously.
I liked Discord's involvement.
Yeah.
Like with him being like supportive in his own weird way.
Discord was my favorite part of the episode. He just
Yep, he
he's
was
such
awesome.
a great character, and I love how powerful he is and how nonchalant he is about it. It's just a very neat character. I very much like that.
I liked everything else.
I also really liked the little slapstick bits. Like they just kind of gave a little bit of humor and flair to an otherwise somber episode.
I always kind of like it when
Wow,
they throw
Griffin.
in like the G1's references. I don't know what they are, but I can tell when they're there.
The animation style, there were some new like face symbols that I haven't seen before that I thought fit.
I really like the setup that this premiere did for season 9.
It was kind of nice seeing a lot of the villains reoccur.
I love what Sombra did in this premiere because he absolutely went all
He's
out.
doing.
Didn't hold anything back.
goes on a mirror again.
And like sometimes we see the villains build up to it or kind of like have this you know, I have a big important thing I gotta do.
Wow.
But then like it
All I
takes
can do
him a
is look at
while
the
to just
hand
kick
in the
into gear.
background.
Sombra did not even bother with any of that. He just went, I'm coming through, MFers. Watch out. Here
Pretty
I
much.
come.
He's like, I don't care, I'm
that
going
they
out
were
there.
Kind of self-referential, going, Francis don't do anything.
Some of the meta stuff that was going on.
That was so
and I
good.
really enjoyed that we brought back another G1 villain. I like the fact that Chrysalis came back.
Yeah, I like that they're bringing them all back together. And
I do enjoy the fourth wall breaks and the pointing things out again that the fandom's kind of been saying.
they're being self-referential.
I think my favorite part about this is
Mhm.
just like the fact they call all the BS, like that thing with the princesses, like Rim Dash, they never do anything. That cracked me up, like legitimately.
That was so good,
I laughed
yeah.
hard. I think that was beautiful, and I just love that they got so meta.
Once again, I love the humor.
I love the villains are all teaming up. It's sick.
I loved all the villains getting together. I thought that was really interesting, and I can't wait to see how that plays out over the season. Although I may know a little more about that than some of you.
A bit more action-packed.
Why would she know more?
Most season
Who
openers.
exactly is
I like the
she?
humor. Yeah.
Let me
the
know
humor was
if you
like
know.
spot on for this one.
I like just about everything.
And the main six had to fight their friends, and it's like, well, we've never really thought of that. They've never had to really deal with that kind of premise before.
Yeah.
So I loved that.
I like the fights against the brainwashed ponies. I like the menace of Sombra. He's definitely more interesting this time around. And I like that he has a personality. I don't mind that he's very flamboyant and I will defeat anyone who challenges me. Aha! No, I find that fun. And I find it kind of belies the danger as he turns everyone into unwilling soldiers / meat shields.
I like that they brought back Sombra because they kept hinting at it. Everybody kept expecting it to come back, and they finally did it.
I like Twilight's freakouts. I always have fun watching those.
Oh, I did like this.
Those are the best, yeah.
Discord's speech was lovely.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I like that Starlight tried to outdo her. Nice psychology attempt, but I guess you gotta stick to hypnosis.
I really liked the inclusion of the Crystal Empire. I liked seeing Cadence doing what Cadence does best.
Being pretty pony princess.
She's my favorite.
I like the villains.
I like Grogar. He seems like he's kind of innocent.
Yeah.
I like the little bit of history lore they threw in there. Like, oh, well, Gusty.
Yeah, Gusty.
I love the fact that Selly and Luna finally acknowledged how useless they are.
Yeah, that's true.
Color me
Yeah.
intrigued. I want to know more about the lore. That's
Yeah,
fascinating.
and I'm hoping that this is going to be like a recurring thing throughout the season.
I like the fact that now I have a verb for when Twilight's spazzing out.
Oh yeah,
like,
twilighting.
And I like the story
Mhm.
overall. I thought the story was really compelling and cool, and it sets us up for the ultimate finale.
Rogar.
He hasn't
Yes, it
actually
does.
his villain voice.
Oh,
so
I
that's...
loved his voice.
So let's set up the plot of what'll happen way later, obviously. You can feel that. While the focus of this story was Sombra,
I'm hyped.
This was a great setup, and it's going to keep us in suspense throughout the, we're probably going to see throughout the season them building their forces and becoming stronger and stronger.
I mean, a few episodes like that, yeah.
And it will ultimately culminate in the ultimate finale.
What did you dislike about the episode?
we're at a weird point now. There's just so much in Equestria. There's so many characters that Starswell the Bearded, like, shows up and just didn't do anything until this point. What about the other pillars of harmony or whatever they were called?
I think the
I
whole
mean, it's a good
retirement
point.
thing happens way too quickly. Like, that's just sprung on us even before the opening theme of the episode. It just came out of nowhere. That's a really big moment that shouldn't just come out of nowhere.
Could have been an episode and a half long.
Well, it's kind of like
but
that.
it
That's the
felt like
big moment
it
was kind of
too long,
comedic.
and
Like,
some of the stuff just felt like filler.
I did agree with that because
now we gotta
it's the
find
fact they did it in
plans.
the way they
kinda
did it
personally
that
wish
makes
the
it
show could
kind
get
of,
back to basics and not trying to outdo itself with these grand adventures and all that. I just give us more episodes in Ponyville of fun, silly things happening. And I'm
I
sure
do miss that.
season 9 will give us some of that.
Gay Sombra. They set him up to be this big, deep-voiced, villainous, and then we get, like,
Puny,
that.
pint size.
We get, like, gay guy trying to act straight Sombra. That's what it was.
I mean, you and I know that's
Even his laugh. Even his freaking evil laugh was so gay. I couldn't even like relate
I'm just
to the
draining
main
this
six
out
in
right
the
now.
moment because it was just so over the top.
The only thing I didn't like was
okay, they're done
Sombra's
talking.
voice.
I didn't agree with
All
anything
of
they
these
said there.
things could have been like one episode.
Yeah,
they
that's what
could have
Dusty said.
explored so much more if they had more time to each of these elements. And yet, again, my original complaint, they kind of just cram it all into one episode, or two. It's a two-parter. It's a dislike, but it's not like it didn't ruin the episode for me. Usually these sort of nitpicks, they take me out of the episode and they ruin it for me. But in this episode, they actually did a really good job of juggling things.
I dislike how the royals are presented, because while everyone likes to joke or sometimes legitimately critique that the royal ponies are not involved in the defense as much as they could be, there's still a lot of signs of incompetence. Case in point, Sombra's marching down your main street, brainwashing everyone along the way, and Cadence and Shine Armor in this really high perch. They can see what's going on down there, and they don't activate the Crystal Heart or throw up a shield or do something to resist him until he's already in
you
the throne
make a
room.
good point.
There's
Yeah.
just so much passivity with those two, and it gets old, especially when the show asked me in season 2 to consider them like the best characters ever and the most beloved, and I've been waiting for them to step up and really be that, and it ain't gonna happen.
Sucks that they killed off Sombra, Like, I really wanted Sombra to come back, or just, like, have him be like, alright, I'm subservient to you now, or something like that.
It was a little bit
he would
weak
never
with
been
how
like that,
they
though, if you know him.
explained how the main six essentially were able to go back after Sombra.
Princess is finally doing something, that's great. But it was pointless.
I already know you're a fear, so I won't mind control you, because what advantage does that give me?
They really dropped the ball on the defense. It's so sad.
Oh,
And then them
if you
digging
listen to
out,
what he
I
said
like,
was,
okay,
you're
that's the
already living your
solution.
most greatest
Twilight
fear,
has a freak
so
out.
why do I bother?
Why is this still a fucking thing?
I also just, in general, didn't like Celestia and Luna in this episode.
I felt like it didn't need to be a two-parter, which is the first time I think I've said that.
Huh?
They really drove it
I mean, the second
home
part-
how useless.
How would it not be a
insensitive
two-parter?
They can be.
What could you cut out?
It just
There's not
seemed like
enough-
they abused
no,
their
it had to be a
roles.
two-parter.
They kept forgetting different powers. Like,
Unless you skip the entire Crystal Empire part of it.
Teleport.
They go to get the
I
elements.
didn't really like
Summer
Sombra's
returns. They go to the
voice,
elements.
not
He
to
destroys
say
them.
That the acting was bad, but I
and then you have
didn't
the
think
second
it
part.
fit him. He wasn't intimidating to me. He was obnoxious and.
Some of the animation wasn't as good as before.
Like,
specifically the part where
what?
Samba's laughing his head off.
This is just an issue with like the universe
Okay,
as a
I
whole
don't know
at
what
this
they were
point.
talking about there. Thought it was
We
good.
know of too many people who could fix everything.
I didn't like how much of a dick Discord was, but then again, he's always a dick.
I liked that.
You like the fact that at the very end he was
Yes.
like, I was fooling you the whole time.
That's just
Even if
Discord
he
being
had just gone
Discord.
in and saved the day, Twilight wouldn't have learned her lesson. Because let's be honest, Twilight doesn't learn lessons until it's handed to her on a silver platter.
This is very true.
There's not much you can do to justify that, admittedly. Discord, who is 100% a character who could have done anything, he had a reason to not do it. Like, he was just like, oh, you know what? I want you to do it because it'll help you grow as a character. And that's fair enough.
But maybe because I really liked his speech, and then he was like, "Oh, I was faking." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Again, not an issue with the episode itself or the episode opener premiere, but more an issue that just comes with the territory. We're at a point where it's too bloated. I'm feeling too many characters, too much to keep track of.
I mean, there are a lot of characters.
Oh, now what are these characters doing? Oh, what about these? Oh, what about these? Admittedly, like, admittedly, like, I guess, oh, we're trying to get everybody together because this is the finale of MLP. This is the last season, so this is the last premiere, so we need to get everything together. It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like, it feels bad me saying that it did things wrong, because it technically didn't.
How did this premiere compare to past premieres?
Yeah, I suppose it falls somewhere in the middle for me. I didn't dislike it, I enjoyed it, but it's certainly not one of my favorites. The cutie map is probably going to always be one of my favorites. So yeah, considering how many seasons we're into now, putting it somewhere in the middle is still a pretty solid compliment, I'd say. I liked the episode a lot. It was a solid premiere. It was big and bold and adventurous, and that's kind of what you expect from premieres these days. So yeah, a lot of fun.
I think this is one of the better premieres. I think this is actually going to be probably top 3.
It's better than some and worse than some.
So this one was a bit more, oh, there's a bad guy, there's shit going on. Twilight, you get a whole country. Because last time they were like, Twilight, you get a whole school. Now they're like, Twilight, you get a whole country. So they're racking it up, and they're like, also there's a bad guy.
Why
it's
is
like, okay.
Twilight's
so it's
head helmet just sitting there?
It's a little
I
bit
just
higher
realized
on
that.
the list, I would say. Because premieres usually are kind of lackadaisical. So this one was good. I think it was, compared to most premieres, as Viva Reverie would say, it was pretty good.
This was a strong premiere.
There are a few which is just like, oh, this is really good. Return of Harmony, Discord, fantastic. And Cutie Map with Starlight. That was also really fun.
It hypes me for the whole season, which is what a premiere should do.
It was fun. It didn't feel that special.
Definitely in the upper half with premieres.
Mid-average, slightly above, but not much.
As far as premieres goes, that was a good one.
One thing's for sure, I think like Discord's episode and Starlight's episode were a lot more fun.
It's got the stamp of approval, yeah. Good. I think it was pretty good. I don't know how to rank the past premieres, but the premieres are always really exciting because they're action-filled and they're two-parters, so you have more time to tell
all
the
but
story. And that's always very fun. And this one, it was cool to see all the villains getting together, so I think that's kind of a nice culmination of the entire series.
Pretty on par with like season 1, 2, 3.
I really liked this season opener.
Yeah, me too.
Like I said, I really liked Discord's little I got a little like choked up. I was like,
I think it's going to be hard to beat the season 2 premiere with Discord. Is that the one with the season 2 premiere with Discord? That will always be one of the best. And then of course, this day, Aria, Chrysalis first. You know, that was. I just feel
that was
like
a finale
we're getting tired
of season 2.
Tired. They're running out of steam, and while it makes me sad that the show is ending, I understand.
I can tell they really they gave it their all. They
Yeah.
knew that this was going to be the end, and they didn't want to go out on a mess.
I mean, 9 years would get kind of tired, I guess. Me watching it all at once is kind of hard to see that,
But
but
it's okay because
I can get why they would be tired after 9 years based on other
I
shows.
really enjoyed,
Not that
Princess
long, just
Twilight
other shows kind of
two-parter
get
because
like they're
it
losing
showed
their
new
ideas after a
dynamic.
few seasons.
It showed Twilight could.
And 9
step
years
into
is a
the role
long
of leader
time.
if needed, and it even put away the elements for a time at least, making you think, oh, there's this new dynamic. Well, this premiere, it did that even more, with even greater assertiveness. It's saying there will be an attack by this evil legion. Twilight and Friends will take over Equestria as its new rulers. All this stuff will happen. It's very decisive. No vagueness, no hints at things about to happen. We're looking forward to something. And because the Twilight and Friends don't know about Grogar yet, they don't know a new threat is coming. So we've got the advantage of dramatic irony, and that'll keep us hooked even if they rely on the slice of life day-to-day stuff again. For a little while.
I think I liked it better than the last season.
And I really like how much they threw in. You had this whole new evil council, you had Sombra's big return, visits to the Crystal Empire and Cangelot and Ponyville. They covered a lot right away.
This one's cool.
Yes, they did.
I love villains. I do. You know, it's cool to see Tierig meet Chrysalis and Cozy Glow's kind of goofing off.
I think this was a better episode for Sombra than the premiere he was in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Way better.
Season 3.
He's more of like a menacing force of nature in those. This one is actually a character.
I'm really excited for this last season. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be like really well done, and I have nothing but props. Like the last 2 seasons they've done so far, I think have been great. Like they had a few stumbles. Like the only season I think were a stumble area was like season 5 and 6 because I barely remember anything from them. But since that, like season 7, 8, like I love those. So I hope they finish strong. I cannot wait for this. Like I really hope they finish strong.
It sets the board for what we should hopefully see this season.
Yeah.
Because if we see like, here's an episode where Tierig, Chrysalis, and Cozy Glow run off to do some shit or whatever.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool. I like the character interaction between Cozy Glow and Tierig.
It was good,
the
yeah.
Big tough guy and the little squirt. That's a cool dynamic.
Overall, how would you rate the season 9 premiere?
7. 7 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
It was a good 7.
I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10.
I think an 8. You know, the only bad thing was really Sombra's voice.
Everything that I would want
that's a lot of point loss for just a voice.
Rock Silver Discord speech.
Good humor, good story, great setup for the season.
So what is that?
That's like a 7.
A 7? Okay.
A 6 or 7. It's like slightly better than middle of the road, but nothing too wowie worthy.
Is that implying that they did something to Twilight Fire Team Harmony
Discord
character?
being in his element.
That's something
Obviously,
happened,
that
you
was
know.
a 10
Quote unquote.
because it was amazing, and Joanna and Christine are so good, and they're so funny with their dialogue, and the animation team did great. All the little sight gags. I mean, I'm still cracking up over the part where
I'm still trying to figure out
they had to bake
what
the ugliest
character she
cake
plays,
ever
if
for
she plays in the
Sombra.
show, to why you would know more.
That was very good.
I thought she was someone that I thought, no, she didn't look like that
He's all
character.
upset.
7 or 8.
That voice
maybe?
actor.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, 7
Again,
or
let
8.
me know if you know who she is.
8. Solid 8.
Maybe a 7.5.
Say like a 7.5 or an 8. I liked it. Now that I compare it to other premieres, compared to other premieres, it was good.
I liked it. It's not the best ice cream, but it's at least my favorite flavor.
Because they're Celestia and Luna being complete numbskulls and thrusting Twilight into power. That's a bit frustrating. Her forgetting about her powers. Discord was kind of cool in this episode where he's like sacrificing quote unquote himself to make the girls realize who they need to be and kind of reaffirm that they got this. We got this forever.
Ow.
9.
You'd give it a 9 because it's season 9, so 9.
Yeah, well, no. I would have given it a 10 because that's how much I enjoyed it, except for Sombra's voice. If Sombra's voice was better, I would have given it a perfect
But
score.
he's going to be the ultimate gay icon. It's gonna be Os Queen. Os.
No, why?
Why not?
I think my rating would be around a 7 out of 10, which, you know, it's still a good rating. It's just a few points off because I'm just a horrible nitpicker, I guess, you know? Again, I feel like the episode was kind of crammed with a lot of different things where I mean, I understand why they can't, but it would have been great if they could have spread out more of these things across the whole season. Again, I guess they can't because, you know, I think that the production order differs from the airing order, so if they were to try to do continuity episode to episode, it could get mixed up and that would be bad. So yeah, I understand why it's crammed into one premiere like this.
Which is weird that production order
we got
would
a
be
two-parter
different
premiere,
in
so,
the
you know,
air
it was
order,
enjoyable. I'm
which is
glad-
weird.
I'm glad we got what we got.
I'd give it an 8.
They
It was still good.
Don't they make
I
them
enjoyed
like
it.
back to back to back, or maybe they make like 3 at once and then they could get moved around? That's weird.
Elaborate. Well, Grogar for one. He's when I think of the G1 iteration of Grogar, God, he's scary. This one I'm just like, he's just pissy grandpa with fucking bells on him.
Here's the conundrum, though. This is a season premiere that relies very heavily on the fact that you've seen past seasons. It's not a great introduction episode, but it is a great celebration episode of all
But I
that's
can
come
see
before.
that, yeah.
And it gets me excited for what's
You
to
definitely
come.
wouldn't want to start watching
So
season 9,
I highly
yeah.
recommend it. It's not something you want to introduce a new person to the show on. But then again, this is the final season. I think you've got plenty of episodes to choose from.
And it just kind of makes me a little bit sad. It feels like the end of an era. It feels like we're growing up, you know, and moving on.
You know,
And
I
it's not
think they
necessarily a
could
bad
have
thing, and it's not
been
like we'll
better if
forget
they
about
made
it,
10
and it's not
seasons,
like,
just for the fact then you
know,
could have
we
said
don't
it's the end of
care
a
about it
decade.
anymore. I mean, My Little Pony
Because 10 years.
will always, you know, have a special place in my heart.
Eh.
It means something to me because I met my best friends through this show, and I started working, you know, professionally as a voice actor initially because of people from the show, and getting interested in voice acting because of the show.
Good job, MLB,
That's
for doing
interesting.
good. Like, even this long in, we're finally wrapping up the universe, though. Like, we have one season left.
There's so many things that came, some good and some bad, but nonetheless affected my life. The show has affected my life, and you know, all good things must come to an end. And I guess I feel like, you know, in the vein of there's an appointed time for everything, it is time. It is time for it to end, but it still makes me sad.
On the home stretch. And that's a little scary, but a little exciting.
And I will continue to keep my friendships that I've made, and I will continue to do,
I would hope so.
You know, music and YouTube and voice acting work, but I won't forget why I started and where it came from.
And you know what? I don't care if this is the final season. I'm still having fun, and I will have fun with the ideas of this franchise and just the characters, even after the show ends. One of the things I love about the Brony
Well,
fandom
we obviously
is
know
the creative
it
energy and the
happens
ability
because
to,
of, you know,
take this baton
24,
and run with it, even
5
when
years
the
after
show
it
isn't in
ended,
full swing. We've never lacked
and there's still cons
for,
going on.
creativity
So-
or new content during a hiatus, and now even
Look at me,
after
I
the
started in
season
23.
ends, I don't think it'll be the end of the fandom by any means. So,
Nope.
thanks for having me on Bronies React, and we'll see you again.
The end is 9. Repent, the end is 9.
Of course, he's had to say that.
I can't do the laugh. Yeah, yeah. I will defeat Twilight Sparkle and her friends. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm running all of Equestria, King Sandra.
I was just letting you. That's right. I forgot what she said.
Gandalf the Grey is back to. Oh my. This is why you shouldn't sit on your bed.
7 minutes, 4 seconds
Yeah.
in, when they're like, oh, there's never been someone we couldn't kill. Kill. I mean,
You want to make up?
First episode of the last season of that hurt myself. Wow. I just dug my fingernail into my wooden desk, and there's actually pieces of wood on my nail.
girl character
Wow.
says, we have different ways of meaning of temporarily. Oh, wow, I didn't. That was a bad read. This joke was stupid.
Shut the fuck up, Paleo. I'm trying to record this.
Oh, and his chinny. Not pubes. I was gonna call him chinny pubes. Damn it.
Shut up, Paleo. Fuck.
No Pony McPretend Smith is it?
No Pony McPretend Smith
BDSM.
was pretty good at
A
Discord.
game the whole family can play.
I missed what he said.
My dog. No! My dog has hit my keyboard.
That was dumb. Don't use that.
I remember when we were at Greta Smith's birthday. Sorry, I was gonna say circumcision for some
Pathetic.
A fucking rake! Should I swear? I haven't sworn for the rest of this episode. Whatever, it's a swearing episode now.
Pathetic.
Wow, Race.
Where was I going with this?
It's downright professional to spring this on Twilight like some kind of sick joke when all of Equestria is on the line.
Listen here, GM Barrow.
Twilight Sparkle is not afraid of ladybugs because in season 69, episode 420,
Yeah, I noticed they only show a few
ladybug
of the
flies by her face.
bloopers, so to
She
speak,
did
of
not
only
react.
the
She
main
actually thought
Brony
it was
reactors.
cute. And then, did
like
you know that
the-
like Cadence
that
and her have a
one
song
person.
in
It was like
which,
two on the couch.
the word ladybug is in it?
The one they didn't like.
She's not afraid of ladybugs.
Stupid.
Oh, anyways, yeah, that is it. The end of this reaction. Let's see, today's Monday. No, wait. Yeah, I don't know. I went through my calendar multiple. Oh, wait. Never mind. I was thinking I was off an episode. No, I'm right. Yeah, tonight will be the for Tuesday morning's video will be get ready with the popcorn. So some would say it's gonna be a long episode because we have the hour and a half ending of the end video, which I think is gonna be great. There's so many twists at least with Discord at the beginning that you don't see, and well, one twist, and the 37-minute bonus video. So it's going to be a video I'm going to have to make, obviously, but I was trying to go for a joke there, but it's going to be a long one, so get ready for it. And then the longest of the long one will be the 2:15 plus a 21-minute video. So yeah, get ready for it. It'll be great. And then, you know, we have Bronies Life, Pony Life, which I think will be interesting to see what their reaction to that is. And then the one that I'm looking forward to is the season 1, episode 1, which I keep saying over and over. And then after that, that will be the end of the Bronies React on a hiatus until I finish up with, or until I watch some G5 stuff, like the movie, so I can actually react to their version of to them watching the movie. And then, yeah. Something about Race Reacts to My Little Pony Tiger Tail Generation 5 YouTube series. Interesting video. Then the Bronies React to the Make Your Mark Chapter 1, which again, I'll have to wait until I've watched the, oh, that, whatever. I'll have to wait. See what, I'm not sure how much they actually do in that video. It's just like the first, you know, episode, which I know is like a 45-minute special or something. And then watch that. And then I can watch them react to it. Either way, I'll figure that out. Then, of course, the next one, I guess another My Little Pony thing. And then the Bridal Woodstock one. But again, you know, this is going to be and not until I watch G5, which is going to be a little while yet. So, yeah. Anyways, that is it for my reaction. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow in the finale. Oh, not get what I call it. It's the finale of okay, what am I trying to say here? The season 9 finale, but not the final episode. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.